Hello everyone. Today I am going to show you how to convert a program from a Mazak lathe, CNC lathe, with a control 640T. I'm going to convert it to a matrix lathe, which is the latest control from Mazak. And I'm gonna use Geopath to do it. I know for some people this is already very simple, but for some other people that are coming behind the masters and they don't know how to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can because I wanna make the file small. So I'm gonna open Geopath, and in Geopath I'm gonna go to File, Utilities, and then I'm gonna go to Mazacam Editor and Utilities. And in here I'm gonna go to Make Message Row, and then I'm gonna say Convert between control kinds, and then this window is gonna show up, and I'm gonna select the matrix T lathe, and then I'm gonna select it, and I'm gonna go to the actual directory where the program is, and I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say lathe. It says lathe and mill because this part has both lathe work and mill work. So I'm gonna go to the lathe, and then I'm gonna click on 640T, which is the old CNC lathe, and then I'm gonna select the program. I'm gonna click open, and then is telling me to convert to. So I'm gonna go to the matrix directory, and then I'm gonna give it another number because it's already there. So I'm just gonna go 102. I'm gonna click enter, and then it's gonna give me this message. I'm just gonna say okay. It's just giving me a warning that I need to be careful with the conversion, and obviously I'm gonna check the program right on the editor, and that's exactly what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna say make message row, and then message row editor, and this is the program we just created or converted. So now I'm gonna say open, and here it is. As you can see, the format is different. All right, and there is stuff that we don't need here anymore. That's why every time we convert a program from the 640T to the matrix, we need to check, because there is stuff that we don't need anymore. For example, this here, we don't need it because we have a bar feeder in our matrix. So we just gonna delete this process. The process is for a stop. You know, you have a stop in one of the stations, so the stop is gonna come down, and then you're gonna open the chuck manually, and then push with your hand. You actually pull the material against the stop. So this process here is what it's for. We don't need it because we have the bar feeder in a matrix machine, so we don't need this one either. It's turning on the coolant, and the matrix is you can actually do it on the process itself. And here I'm gonna change, instead of H, I'm gonna say out. And the cool thing about this editor is that you can do exactly the same thing you do on the control of the machine, and in fact it looks exactly the same thing, you know, the same colors and everything. And we don't need this last M9 process here, which is just an M code, right? M9 for turning off the coolant. We don't need it anymore. And then this let's go up again. So this is facing, all right. I said general out, general out. This is R for roughing. This is F for finishing, and then I'm gonna say 1, 1, and then I'm gonna give it an ID code or letter. If look, if I click here, it's gonna say down here you can see a tool ID code. So I'm gonna give it an R. It needs to be a capital R. So here I'm gonna give it an F. R for roughing, F for finishing. Okay. So this here 1 is 1 inch, right? And 1 inch is because the holder of the insert is 1 inch square. That's the way they do it on the shop I work. And I'm a G-code expert. I've been working with Mazacam system. I don't know, 6-7 months. So you know, I'm doing this so I can show other people how it works. For those that already know, good for you. All right. So as you can see, it's gonna face. And it's going to take 15 thousandths. And here, actually, we just need to change this is the SFM, right? So as you can see here on the top, it's going to be aluminum. The stock diameter is 2 inches. And it's saying here that the minimum diameter or the ID diameter, there is a hole, is 130. Actually, you know, I just say 0 all the time. I say 0 because it's bar stock, and this program originally was done by someone else. All right, okay. So this is just showing how to convert it. We already converted it, the program, and this is the priority number, right? Or here, this is the bar out, which is going to give the shape on the outside of the part, the OD, right? So again, we're going to say number one, and then give it the ID, R and F. And as you can see on the priority, you see number 3 and number 3, and then number 6 and number 6, which means it's gonna rough the face, and then it's gonna rough the OD. Right, and then you can see the number 7 here, which means it's gonna do the grooving before finishing. This is a finishing tool, which is a 55-degree insert, right? And let me see, the width of the groove here is 74 thousandths and 8 tenths. So I always keep a 3/64 grooving tool in my machine, so I just gonna say 50. And for those who are familiar with this, you must already know that you cannot have thousands here or tens. It's only 2 decimals, so I say 50 thousandths. But in your tool data, you wanna put exactly the width of the grooving tool, which is 3/64, 46 thousandths and 5 tenths approximately. All right. So drill is number 4. Number 4 on priority, and it says here is a 250, which means it's probably a quarter spot drill. All right, and that's good. All right, I'm gonna go down. And as you can see, is number 3 up here. 3. I'm gonna go up. Number 3, and then number 4, which means it's gonna do the facing, rough OD, and then do the center drill, and then the drill. All right, and then when the drill is done, it's gonna do the finish facing. And then it's going to do the finish OD, where? Here. Finish facing, finish OD, right? And then it's gonna do the groove. All right, and this is the drill we already said, and then it's gonna finish the ID with a boring bar. So 249 is the final or the finished diameter. So probably I was using like 140 boring bar, and if I want, I can give it a code. I only had one, so I don't need to have a code here on this tool. So here again we have a grooving tool, but in this case you can see the width of the groove is 125. So I'm sure I was using a 125 grooving tool, and I say 130 again because this one only takes 2 decimals. And the finish here, you must have a finish allowance like 1,000 or 7/10, whatever, because if you don't do it, then it's gonna give you an alarm. It's gonna tell you something's wrong. Okay, and then here on the width, my tool is 125 and the width is 125, so we need to make it bigger, like 128. And this grooving tool, what it's doing is just actually making the chamfer on the back of the part. That's all it's doing. All right, and this code here, I'm gonna show you. This last code here is another grooving tool, but this is like the cutting off tool, right? Which the one I have is you can cut up to 3 inches in diameter material. So this is it. All right. So if you wanna see the shape of the part, we say program and toolpath, and it's telling me, it's asking me if I wanna load the tool data. I don't have it here because I'm at home. I need to do it. I need to be connected to the network at my work, so I cannot load it. So I'm just gonna say no. And this is the actual shape of the part. All right, and you only can see half because that's the way you need to see it. You don't need the other half of the part. And just to have an idea what's gonna do, you can see really quick here what it's doing, right? Look. All right, this is the grooving tool. The 364's grooving tool is doing this here. There it goes. And the other grooving tool, the 125, is doing, let me turn off the layer for the toolpath. There. This is what it's doing. Okay, I'm gonna say tool select grooving. I'm gonna say show path current tool. There. That's what it's doing. Okay. So that's all on this video. I think I did more than I was thinking I was gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna click cancel, save changes, no. I'm gonna close it, save changes. I don't need to save the changes.